Hello, my name is Chris and today I would love to show you what is in my box. This is my self-care box, self-care kit if you want to call it that. I quite often call this my mental health first aid kit because that's how I tend to use it. When my mental health is off, when I'm really struggling, when the depression comes as it does every now and again, the contents of this box just help me to ensure that I'm taking care of myself and that I can cope with riding through that process of a mental health relapse. Now, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you will know that once I start talking, I don't shut up for a very long time. So for the sake of trying to make shorter videos, I'm actually going to split talking about this box up into two shorter videos. Today, I'll explain a little bit about why I made a self-care box in the first place, how it helps me, and my reasons for making it. I'll also start to show you some of the things that I chose to include and explain why I chose to include them. Then in the next video we'll continue and finish off rummaging through the contents of my mental health first aid kit. So again, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, especially if you're a subscriber to my YouTube channel, you might have noticed that I haven't made a new video now for like 3 or 4 weeks. It's been a really long time, or at least it seems that way to me. And I've missed you, by the way. In that time that I've been off, I was just taking care of my own mental health. Every now and again, I'll have what I call a mental health relapse. Sometimes it's just depression. Sometimes I'm just struggling to cope with just getting through the day to day. Everything is just a million times harder than it normally is. And I've been going through that recently, which is why I haven't been here. And I'm starting to come out the other side of that now. And when I was going through my recent mental health relapse, I used the contents of my self-care kit. So now that I'm back to normal, or normal's probably not the right word, is it? Now that I am back to my old self, I decided, okay, I need to restock my box and arrange it back in the right order. So now that I've done that, I thought, well, whilst I'm doing it, I might as well share it with all of my YouTube friends. So we'll dive into the box and I'll tell you why I included some of the things that I included. But before I do, I want to tell you about the box itself. Isn't it pretty? It wasn't when I bought it. It was just a cheap box that I got from the pound shop. To my American friends, that's a dollar store. It was just a cheap box that is used for storing papers in an office. It's made from cardboard. It cost me about £2.50. There's nothing special about it. But having this ugly brown box didn't really inspire me to go and open the box when I was having a hard time. I knew that if I wanted to feel drawn to my self-care box when I needed it the most, if I wanted to feel like, hey, this is a positive thing, there's good stuff in here, then I had to make it look attractive. So I literally just bought some cheap wrapping paper and wrapped the whole thing up. Here is the leftover wrapping paper that I used to make my self-care box. It doesn't have to be anything special, just has to be so that this box appeals to me as much as possible when I am in the kind of headspace where absolutely nothing appeals to me. So that's how I made the box. Now let's open it up and I'll show you what is inside it. Before I do, I also want to tell you that I packed this box in a specific order so that I would have to pick up, look at and use certain things before I could get to other things in the box, so that I am methodically taking care of my mental, emotional and physical well-being. So I opened the box and right at the very top, the first thing that I have to pick up before I look at anything else is this picture of my niece, who is officially, as voted for by me, the most beautiful human being who ever lived. Just the most beautiful, sweet, lovely little angel child who fills me with love in a way that no other anything ever has. I only have to think about my niece to be filled with love and nice, positive feelings. So even though if I am right down deep in the pit of despair, it's not likely that I'm going to look at a picture of this beautiful little baby and immediately have a 180 in my frame of mind. It is going to make me go, do you know what? I love this person, and it makes me start to feel a little bit of love and happiness. And it also reminds me that there is a point, that there is something to keep going for. If I am at that point in my depression, if my mental health is so bad that I'm like, there is no purpose, there is no point, there is nothing to keep going on for. Well, yes, there is, because I want to watch my niece grow up, because, as I say, I love her in a way that I can't even describe. So I put that right at the very top to go, do you know what, carry on and remind yourself that you love this little beautiful child. Having my spirit started to pick up by looking at the picture of my niece, I next look at the letter that sits on top of the box. And on the front of the envelope, it says, "Chris, please read," just in case I don't know what to do with the letter. And I've sealed the envelope, so I'm not going to open it now and read it to you. But basically, this letter is just a letter to myself. It says, "Chris, I know things suck right now, and you know that I know that things suck right now because I am you, so I know what you're going through. I know it's terrible, but I also know that things do get better. This too shall pass." People say that all the time, and then the first thing to say back is, "Yeah, this too shall pass, but it sucks right now." And this letter is sort of telling myself that just because it sucks right now, it is worth carrying on for. I have survived everything from my past, and I can survive this. It's a pep talk. Elsewhere in the letter it says, "Chris, when you are feeling bad about yourself, when you feel like you are the worst human being in the world," which I quite often do when my head is off. It says, when you feel like you are the worst human being in the world, remember that you have achieved this in your life, and you've been here and you've done that, and you get to come and hang out on YouTube with all your friends every now and again. So it's just something to remind me to keep going. So that is that letter. Now, as I say, when my depression is really bad, when I'm really having a hard time with my mental health, everything goes out the window. Routine goes out the window, work goes out the window, and slowly but surely I stop taking care of myself. So the next items in my box are all about helping me to ensure that I start taking care of myself. I was fortunate enough this time that, over the last couple of weeks, I wasn't so bad that I wasn't showering or brushing my teeth or having a shave or anything like that. But it has happened in the past. So I include items in here so that even if I haven't been to the shop for weeks, if I have no toothpaste, if my toothbrush is broken, if I have no shower gel, I can start to take care of my physical hygiene. And even if I do have these supplies in, these act as triggers, as reminders of just how much better I always feel after having a good, thorough wash and clean. So right off the bat, I included some dental floss. some toothbrushes. And somewhere in here, where's it going? Some toothpaste. Chris, go and clean your teeth. Sometimes if my mental health is bad, just getting up and cleaning my teeth in and of itself is an achievement. And it already makes me start to feel better, especially when I do it mindfully. Sometimes I can be like, do you know what? I've had to swallow a lot of other people's bullshit lately. So I'll get my toothbrush and my toothpaste and I'll clean out my mouth because clean out that horrible taste of other people's crap. Sometimes I'll have the taste of all the negative things I've said about myself. Chris, you're a worthless human being. That leaves a horrible taste in my mouth. So I'll clean that out and start to say nice things about myself. And again, it may be, that I have toothpaste and toothbrushes in my bathroom, which I do. These act as triggers, as reminders to say, Chris, go and do it. Then I have some shower gel. It's nothing fancy, nothing in this box is fancy. I've seen other people talking about their self-care kits and they were like, I've got all these fancy bath bombs and lotions and potions. I have this wonderful bath and that's great. But for me, do you know what? Just something as simple as having a shower works wonders for me. And again, I can be mindful about it. Maybe my shoulders ache because I've been carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. So I'll get some shower gel and just clean those up. Just be really mindful about washing away the stench of my depression, washing away the stench of my mental health relapse. Likewise, I have some shampoo and some conditioner. Again, nothing fancy. If you're in the UK, you will recognize that these cost like £1 each in pretty much every shop everywhere. But they do make your hair smell like strawberries, and at least that's something, right? Again, if I've been letting my problems get on top of me, if I've been letting people get in my hair, I'll go and wash them out. And once I've had a shower, and I've brushed my teeth, and I've had a shave, I haven't included a spare razor in this box, mainly because they're so expensive and I didn't want to buy one. But I'll make sure, I've normally always got a razor so I can go and have a good clean shave. I am guaranteed to start feeling a little bit better. It might not cure my depression, it might not have me jumping for joy and singing, but it will make me start to feel human again. It will make me start to feel like I want to feel better. And when that happens, I can use the rest of this box to get myself feeling better. But I will talk to you about that in the next video. For today, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been useful or at least interesting, or at least I hope that you feel like you haven't just wasted your time. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. See you soon. Bye.